Oh, so that's a Florpus. What is up, Netflix fans, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another nostalgia-based review. Today, we're talking Invader ZIM returning to the small screen. In Invader ZIM, enter the Florpus. What's a Florpus, you ask? Well, I don't want to spoil what it is, but this was so exciting because I really enjoyed this show growing up. Invader ZIM went from 2001 to 2004. Frankly, I don't think it lasted long enough. It developed a cult following through the years, and it really is just this wacky, zany, over-the-top adventure, but it's a fun show. It's a fun show with hilarious characters and characters that are memorable, and a lot of that has to do with the animation style and the voice work, and all of those things came back, transferred over to this brand new Netflix movie, if you will. It's an hour and I believe around 11 minutes long. Today we're going to talk about it. I'm just going to tell you guys if it does justice to the original show, and of course, you guys got to let me know how you felt about it. Let's talk about it. So Zim discovers his almighty leaders never had any intention of coming to Earth, and he loses confidence in himself for the first time in his life, which is the big break his human nemesis Dib has been waiting for. So Zim and Dib, they both return in this movie, and of course they clash once again, and at the beginning, you find out where Zim has been this entire time, and that reveal to me was just so funny, and that's the thing. That's what I loved about this special, is it captures the humor, it captures the magic. That was my big question going into last week's special, Rocko's Modern Life. Can it capture what the original brought us? Do these characters and their characteristics transfer over into this new age, 2019? All right, it's been a long time, but it absolutely does. The animation style is all there, and I loved everything about it. There were a few moments, especially when you enter the Florpus, I'm like, I don't love that. I really like that, but I don't necessarily love what they're doing. But overall, it captures exactly what you love, but of course, updated to 2019. And then the characters, Zim and Dib, they're back, clashing once again, like I said. And you see Dib in the show, he's having to get back into shape because it's been a long time, and they've both been confined to these places, these spaces, throughout the years, or as long as they have been apart. But once Zim is back, once he returns, he tries to accomplish this plan that he's been working on for such a long time, and it really does come to a massive head at the end, and I loved the ending. I thought the ending of this was kind of like a nice send-off to these characters. Of course, I want to see more, and when you start getting into what the Florpus actually is, you're like, oh my goodness. I did find it kind of funny that it comes out the same year as Us. You're comparing this to Jordan Peele's movie, Austin, what are you doing? Well, you see the end of this and you see the end of Us, and you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny that they both did similar things in completely different fashions, but I found that funny, and I just found the ending extremely entertaining. Like the summary says, Zim is losing confidence in himself for the first time. Now, he's always been hated by so many different individuals, especially during the show when he's pretending to be a human and fitting into society, but it's all about the antics. It's all about the wackiness of the characters and how they clash when they start going at each other. And that's what you want out of this special. All I needed to see here was Invader Zim doing exactly what he does. I did get more than that because he is slowly turning into something that maybe he wasn't during the show, and that is interesting to see. It's character development. Character development in Invader ZIM. Austin, seriously, we don't need that. We just need to laugh, and the humor is all there. It's the one-liners, and a lot of it was the one-liners by the side characters. There are a few side characters that weren't in there as much as I wanted them to be in there. Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty pops up, and you're like, whoa, that sounds just like Morty. That's because there were multiple celebrity-esque voiceover celebrity cameos throughout the show, and I really enjoyed a lot of just the presence of characters that I didn't anticipate to enjoy, and a lot of those one-liners didn't even come from Dib or Zim. And the designs of the characters when they first come out of their hiatus, especially Dib, you're like, oh, poor Dib, man, but he starts getting back into shape, and then they clash, and the ending is immensely entertaining, and like I said, it really does just, it sends off these characters. Once again, it does similar things to what we saw in the show, and maybe I wanted them to expand and do something a bit different, and they do update it for 2019, and they bring in jokes that make it obvious that they've been gone for a long time, but overall, I was really happy with Invader ZIM Enter the Florpus. I don't want to talk about how the special actually ends in too much detail, but I will tell you, if you're a fan of Invader ZIM, you're going to love it. If you're not a fan of Invader ZIM, I don't know if this is a necessary thing to watch. I don't know if you're going to get a lot out of it. You may enjoy the zaniness and the wackiness of the characters, but it may be too much for you. This is all for, one, nostalgia, and two, the fan base to return and see where these characters have been this entire time. And once again, that reveal was probably my favorite reveal of the entire thing. Overall, I'm giving Invader ZIM Enter the Florpus a 78%. Really good time. Had a lot of fun returning to these characters, and man, I miss this show. It's another one of those childhood shows. Came out in 2001. I believe I was 6 at the time, and I loved it, watched it, and ate up all of these characters. And it is perfect for kids. It's also perfect for adults because some of the humor just goes right by their heads. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm in the midst of Mindhunter Season 2. Another Netflix movie came out, Sextuplets. And then tomorrow, 47 Meters Down Part 2 and Where'd You Go, Bernadette? We're going to talk about all of those things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.